I are going to just have a little discussion and bring you into our world and what we do. And for some of you, this may be brand new, and for others, it may be just good information that reinforces what you already know. So Mary, tell me, tell everyone a little bit about who you are and what we do.
Well, my name is Mary Cortez, and I'm a caseworker, so my job is pretty active, and so I depend on my energy and my health a whole lot to be able to do my job. And I came here back in 2003
Yes.
Because I had injured my knees, and I just didn't know where to go for help. You know, I was going to traditional medicine, and doctors were prescribing me medications, and of course the medications had side effects, so it wasn't really helping me. But once I injured my knees, I said, "This is it. What now? Is this what life is going to be for me from now on?" And so I just sat down, cried. I said, "Well, if I'm feeling this bad at this age now, what is it going to be 5, 10 years from now?"
Yes.
I couldn't imagine living this way, and so I was very, very depressed and contemplated ending my life because I just couldn't go on like that.
And that's absolutely horrible, and it's amazing that you're willing to share that story with so many people.
Mm-hmm.
And I thank you, and I hope everyone appreciates that the extent of the feelings that Mary had with her health complaints that brought her to that point. So please tell us more about that.
So I was devastated. It hurt to walk. It hurt to forget jogging. I couldn't do that anymore. So I sat down and I prayed and I asked God, "What can I do? Please tell me, because I can't live like this for the rest of my life." And for some reason, I just picked up the provider's list of doctors from my insurance, which was this big, and I thought, well, maybe I'll look up a sports doctor. And I said, well, maybe a chiropractor. So I just opened the book, Chiropractic Care. The first doctor I called, and that was this clinic, the Barrett Chiropractic Clinic. And the minute they answered the phone, the staff was very loving, very caring, saw me immediately, and I felt relieved. I felt, wow, maybe I can get some help with this. And so I came. My first visit, I was just overwhelmed at the loving care that this clinic offers to people. All your staff is so loving. It overwhelmed me. I was just broke down and cried because I couldn't handle so much. I'm so used to regular doctors. I'm not knocking the traditional doctors, but
yes.
You know, doctors are very busy, and they don't take the time to really assess you and know about. They just prescribe.
It's harder and harder for them in today's climate. That's right.
It is. And so when I came here, I was very amazed at the time that you took to talk to me, and I just couldn't believe it. And I felt safe. I felt relieved. I felt, this is it. This is what I'm going to do from now on. And I've been coming here for 7 years. Yeah. 7 years.
And that's an amazing journey that you've been on. I want you to share a little bit more about that journey. One of the things that people may not understand is why you've been here so long. Mm-hmm. You know, most people think when they go to the medical doctor, they go 1 or 2 times. The reality is they may be put on a drug that they spend their lifetime on. Mm-hmm. So when a person says, well, I've been coming 7 years, mm-hmm. they probably don't quite get why would you be doing that. Can you talk to that a little bit?
Why am I doing that? Because I have never felt so good like I do today. You've transformed my life. You've taught me, you've educated me how to take care of my body. It's not just you doing it. I have to participate.
Thank you.
And I feel better today than I did when I was in my 20s and my 30s. I'm nearing 60 now. Yeah, I'm almost there.
And that's an amazing thing.
And I feel great.
and what's wonderful is you have no problem telling people that.
No.
You don't look...
Because they don't believe it. But
no, they don't.
Yeah.
You don't look anywhere near that age.
Thank you.
You're energetic, and I love that you said you feel better than you did in your 20s. It's a
feel
powerful
fantastic.
statement.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
And
you.
that's all about your body, you know, and I thank you for sharing that with me and with others, and you know, you and I have had these conversations before,
Mhm.
but it's all about the work that you were willing to do. You see, and
Yes.
that's what happens is a lot of
Yes.
people stop themselves. They'll go so far, or they're looking for that miracle cure, you know, Harry Potter's magic wand that waves over you and suddenly, instantly, miraculously, you're cured. And it really is an effort, and it's a lot of mental willpower to do that.
Oh, yes.
But, you know, in the 7 years, you've had a lot of wonderful accomplishments spiritually, mentally, physically, of course.
Mhm.
But a lot of those accomplishments also in your health and achieving more performance for yourself happened early on.
Mhm.
So it hasn't taken 7 years to get us to this point.
No.
It was a short period of time, and you might talk to that, to get you to where you were above ground, breathing, you know, and really feeling better. And then from there, it was just a wonderful climb.
It was. It just kept getting better and better and better. And it's from where I came from, to me, which was a very dark place in my life, because I just couldn't imagine living in pain. So it's just amazing how the pain is gone.
Yeah.
So I just want to express to everyone that if you have chronic pain in your life, you know, you don't have to live that way. You don't have to suffer with chronic pain. There's a solution, and I found it, and I'm so grateful. And I'm going to keep coming to you for as long as I can, because I'm committed, and my life is 100% better.
Well, that's wonderful. And you know this, I will never quit on you.
Mhm.
You know, this is something I tell patients, you know, I'll never quit on the patient, but the patient can always quit on me. In other words, I don't own you, and it's your commitment to yourself. And much like other things with addictions, let's say, you know, you can love an alcoholic. They could be your wife, your husband, another family member. But until they reach a point in their lives where they say, I want to take control of this situation, you can love them and love them and love them, but they have to make that decision and make that change. You can provide them guidance and give them all the tools. And that's part of what we do, is to give you the tools, and then obviously the treatments that we can afford for you here. What I want everyone to understand is that I don't do anything necessarily magical, different than other people. So if Mary moved across the country, we'd find her another doctor that had similar skill sets and would treat her in a very similar fashion to what we do. So it's what we want to tell people is it's not about me in my office, and if someone's in the community and they want to come to me, I'm more than happy, you know, that to treat them. But there's people that may be all over the world that wind up watching this video, and they're not going to fly over here. Well, they can if they want to, right? But likely they're not going to do that. So it's all about giving your body the right information to allow your nervous system to take over and to heal properly the way God designed it. And so...
without medicine.
Well, that's right. Without medicine, we do nutritional therapies, and so it's somewhat like, I don't want to simplify this to the point where, but just to draw a parallel, like an auto mechanic. You know, there are lots of wonderful auto mechanics in the world. You may have one specialist that you really love, but if you decided to move, I bet that specialist can find you someone else who's very good and can do that thing for you. So it's like finding a church, you know. You might have to go through 5 or 10 or 20 churches before you find the one that's right for you, but there are a lot of churches there to choose from. So chiropractic care and wellness care and nutritional care, this is very important for people to achieve peak performance in their lives and to get them from the dark places, whether that's because they're in chronic pain or they're have mental pain, or maybe they have toxicities or deficiencies. So I want everyone to truly know, and I appreciate very much the fact that you pat me on the back, but I want everyone to know that if they're suffering, you just have to do some due diligence and find the right chiropractor, the right wellness office that'll treat you accordingly.
That's very true. I hope everyone can hear this message, because I'm not just selling Dr. Barrett. I'm selling the idea of taking care of your body, being in control of your health, taking charge of your life, and not just submitting to pain, because it doesn't have to be that way.
Right. And the one thing that Mary had mentioned earlier, I want to make sure everyone gets out of this, it goes beyond pain. Because once you're out of pain, your body still needs something to manage it and maintain it. It's just like eating a certain way for the rest of your life or exercising. We never can stop doing those things. We never can stop taking care of our teeth. Life is about management. And as we get older and older, which we all will, unless something happens and we don't, you know, but if we get older, we need more maintenance, you know, and no one really likes to hear that, but that's the reality of life. So we're happy to share this message with you, and we thank you for joining us. I'm happy to help anyone who is in my area, lives locally. We are in the Houston area. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions for us, please feel free to give us a call. We're at 281-499-4810, and my office website is barrettchiroclinic.com. barrettchiroclinic.com. So Mary, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Barrett, for all you've done for me.
You're welcome. We love you.
I love you too.